strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Bulldog here with another Splinterlands video. We're going to take a very quick look at how the new DEC changes are playing out. So just yesterday, they changed the formula for how ranked battles reward DEC. Previously in the formula, it would take your rating and square it. Now it takes your rating and cubes it. So moving up, increasing your rating is going to give you more DEC rewards than it did before. But the DEC reward pool is fixed, right? It's fixed and it's distributed. The same amount is distributed based on a couple different factors, but the pool is not changing. It's just how that is distributed is changing. So this is going to benefit players who move up in the rankings, because the problem that Splinterlands has been having is that it's not cost effective to actually build up your deck and increase in the rankings. So they wanted to reward those players who have done that more and encourage players to do that in the future. And we weren't really sure where things were going to be at. So some players are going to earn less, some players are going to earn more. Where's the break-even point going to be? What's that going to look like? And they said that it's going to take a couple days for this to kind of settle in, but you guys are impatient, right? I'm impatient. I wanted to start collecting data, so I went through and grabbed a bunch of battles before and after the change, and I've charted it here for you. And now there's going to be different fluctuations. It's not always perfect. I made adjustments to what their base rate would be, so I adjusted. If they had gold cards, I subtracted that out. If their ECR was only 50%, I increased that. So I made the adjustments there, and let's take a look at what we've got. Now this is very rough, guys, because I wanted to get this out quick, and we might have to change this video in a couple days, but I just put it in the spreadsheet right here. And the red here, where it says cubed, is the new rewards for that ranking. And the blue is the old. So over here on the y-axis that says 100, 200, 300, 400, that's the amount of DEC. The base DEC earned for a win. On the bottom is your rating. And it's kind of hard to see the bottom, so we're gonna take some numbers out and zoom in a little bit. But what's obvious, look at the ends. Look how much more rewarding it is to be up in Diamond, in Champion. The top player right now basically tripled their DEC ratings almost. I mean, the ratings just skyrocket up as you start to get to those higher ends, and those require very expensive decks. So that certainly makes sense. I know I'm in mid Diamond right now, and I'm seeing my ratings about doubled. I was at Diamond 2, just moved into Diamond 1, and my earnings have about doubled. So that's been very good. But let's kind of come here and make some adjustments. Let's take out these top numbers here. If I can try and do this live, we'll see if I can screw this up or not. So I'm just going to oh, we got to scroll over a little farther. Maybe I'll get it. I'm going to delete these out. So let's take everything above. That's okay. Let's leave the 1600s in there. Let's take this out right here. Yeah, this is what I get for doing videos on the fly. We're just going to delete that right there. And now it's going to give us, let's going to zoom our chart in a little bit. So this is kind of more what we're looking at here. I'll take myself off the screen so we can get a bigger view of this. So, and again, these are, because they're taken at slightly different times, the rewards aren't always the same, so that's why it's not necessarily a smooth chart. But you can see that, okay, here at, you go to a silver at 1,000. So the rewards are significantly cut down here in bronze and early silver, and then they start to equal out, and so it looks like around the 1,500, 1,600 mark. So you can see like here down around 1,300, 1,400. We don't have exact. It was hard to go find these battles, guys. So I'm sorry I don't have exact numbers. And because you have to watch the entire animation to go see the breakdown of the DEC, it took forever for me to go in and collect this data. I spent like 2 hours the other day trying to find battles and trying to collect data, and it was a mess. So I'm sorry it's not perfect. But you can see about, as we get up to like above 1,600 here, you can see that you're better off. But as we're here around the 1,300 mark, the old version was a little better. So you're right now, it's looking like anybody around 1500 is kind of an approximate cutoff. If you have a rating 1500 or above, you're probably going to be getting a little better DEC than you were. If your rating is 1500 or below, you're going to be receiving significantly reduced rewards. And that's I know everybody hates it when they slash the rewards in bronze because they've kind of done this gradually. The problem is the vast majority of the player base is in has account values that are less than even $10, less than $100. And most people are sitting there in bronze or low silver or something like that. And even I say players, we've got bots, we've got multi accounts, and they don't have incentive to move up because they know that if they go out and if they rent cards to move up, they're just not making back what they're renting. If they go out and buy cards, the return on investment for actually playing just isn't there. Now, so far the return on investment has been tremendous in terms of increased card value, but in terms of actually playing the battle or playing the games, the return on investment just hasn't been there, and they're trying to slowly add some changes because they don't want to go too far. Slowly adding in different changes to try and give people incentive to actually build their deck and move up the ladder. And this is going to be another step in that direction. Some of your bronze, your initial bronze DEC battles are awarding about half of what they were before. So we're going to see what type of impact this has. Is it going to encourage people to move up the rankings? We saw a significant jump in rental prices for, at least for like your gold diamond level. The cards that I rent at diamond, some of them took a very significant leap yesterday. As the rewards doubled, the cost to rent the cards to go out and try to get those rewards doubled. It's become a lot more competitive, and that's exactly what they want. They want more people going out and trying to rent those higher level cards and push up in the rankings. And so far, it looks like I think they're going to be happy with what they're seeing right here. Now, again, they said it's going to take a couple days for the DEC rewards to kind of find a steady state and find out where we're at. Then the market's going to change, and we're going to see more people pushing to higher leagues, and that's going to change the distribution a little bit as that happens. But right now, you're cutting out a ton. Even though, okay, down at bronze, at silver, maybe some of those bronze accounts are only getting 3, 4, 5 DEC per day, and that's now cut in half. But when you've got 100,000 players that you're cutting out a few DEC, you're cutting out maybe 10, 15, 20 DEC a day for, and that's being funneled into some of the gold, diamonds, champion leagues where there's not that many players there, that increases their payouts pretty significantly. So I fully expect, I know there's going to be a lot of people upset, and this is not going to be, again, it's another change that's not good for the free-to-play market. I know a lot of my viewers out there are free-to-play players because when I started, that was kind of my niche audience, is helping new players get started. I was teaching people how to actually play the game and earn money and progress without spending anything outside the spellbook. So I know I've got a lot of people that are wanting to play that way, and the reality is that just wasn't good for the economy. You can't if everybody's playing for free, and there's too many people playing for free and not enough people spending, then there's no money to take out in the rewards. There has to be money coming into the system for there to be money coming out. So they've had to kind of adjust things, and they don't want this to be a free-to-play game. I know a lot of you don't want to hear that, and you're going to get upset that I'm even relaying that message. They don't want this to be a free-to-play game. This is something that they want you to have to invest assets in, and then you actually get to play with it and earn things, and it's just a very different type of game than a lot of people are used to. But this is what they want to see, and I think it's doing exactly what they want, and they're going to be thrilled with this. So hopefully this helps the economy long term, helps card prices go up, because that's what this is going to do. It's going to drive up rental prices because you're just going to have more interest in renting. So card value is going to go up, rental prices are going to go up, and then the rewards with it are all going to kind of increase. So this is going to be good for everything, and as those values increase, you know, SPS is kind of tied in with that, and that's it's going to be good overall for the economy, but it's not good for those of you who are trying to play on a $10, $15, $20 budget. It's just how it is. So sorry to relay that to you, but overall, I think Splinterlands is going to be very happy with what has happened here. So thank you guys so much. We've got some more Splinterlands videos. I'm actually making another one as soon as I upload this. There's one more I've got to get before I head out. So stay tuned. That's going to come soon. They just dropped some cool new info on the AMA. So I will be seeing you guys here very shortly.